It's as if the Democratic Party is a pharmaceutical company. That's how that's their ideas of how to help people. You can't afford your pharmaceuticals. We'll provide you a low interest loan to buy them. So why do I bring that up? Because Mark Thompson. Jimmy, Mark
I was
Thompson.
just thinking about him today.
Mark Thompson. He says U.S. farmers. I really like Mark Thompson. U.S. pharmaceutical company increased the price of chloroquine. That's an anti-malarial, which is one of the drugs that is being tested against COVID-19. On January 23rd, the drug price rose 98% to $7.66 per 250 milligram pill, with a $19.88 per 500 milligram pill. So as soon as this is amazing. They jacked up the price of a drug that helps fight. So what I say, this is what I say to this. I say it's time to break up the pharmaceutical companies. And you go, well, Jimmy, who are you going to get to run them? Who's going to run the pharmaceutical company? I say we break them up and give them to the mafia. Anybody who's less criminal than these pharmaceutical companies. I say give it to Tony Soprano and the mafia. I would rather have Joey the Nose running a pharmaceutical company than whoever the fuck is running these pharmaceutical companies. And you guys say, I mean, again, it's like everybody's like, Trump, that's why you have, Trump is our whipping boy. For every horrible thing that we're angry at, we just throw it on him. He's a representative of all the muck and on the underbelly of our, but we're one big underbelly. This whole culture is one big underbelly. Right now, the California governor finally has a plan to help homeless people. They're going to find them all housing in California, 108,000 people. So, you know, we've been walking past them. So has the governor, so has the mayor, so has your congressperson, so has your senator, and never did a fucking thing for them. Why? Because we're really all just like Trump. Now they have a plan to house the homeless. Why? Because it affects them. We're all just morally bankrupt. Don't ever try to pull that shit. That somehow there's a politician and this is your goddamn country, and they run your government. They run Nancy Pelosi and they run Chuck Schumer. And so when Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer try to pretend they're better than Trump, if you believe it, you're a chump. And when Bernie Sanders says that Donald Trump is the most corrupt president in the history of our, he's lying to you. He's willing to lie to get votes. Right now, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are more corrupt than Donald Trump. I mean, for fuck's sake. Nationalize the goddamn pharmaceutical companies is what we should do. They outsourced all the manufacturing of them to India and China anyway, where there are no, by the way, quality controls. So the FDA says, oh, no, we go over and we check the facilities. You know how they check the drug-making facilities in India? Do they inspect the factory? They go to the factory. Do they inspect it? No. Do you know what they do? They take the report that was given to them by the guys who run the factory, and off that report is how they judge. I'm not making that up. So there's no quality control. I used to take, I was taking a high blood pressure medicine. Turns out I can't take it, valsartan, because why? It gives people cancer. They're giving people cancer. And there's no, again, there's people dying because their pills aren't what the pharmaceuticals aren't. There are people who got organs transplants who then died because the anti-rejection medicine was deficient and it came from India and China. This is well known in the medical profession. And you know why it gets done about it? Because these guys, these Nazis who run these pharmaceutical corporations don't care. They're in business to kill you. You would think they'd be in business to save your life. Some of your lives, if you can afford it. So this is kind of what the Democratic Party is. This is the Democratic Party. How can we? There's a crisis. How can we make some money for the banks? Low interest loans. Oh, how can we make some money for the big pharma? The vaccine's got to be affordable. Remember when Nancy Pelosi said that? That's her big idea. And now she wants to means test the UBI. There's no reason to ever vote for a Democrat. Ever again. And I wonder if I will. So I just want to do turns out, addendum to this story. In an interview with the Financial Times, one executive said that the company had originally increased the price because it wanted to be able to invest in new manufacturing facilities to keep the drug on the market. As soon as we saw the increase in demand and the potential for this was going to be utilized in the way some folks are projecting it to be, we rescinded that price increase to the same price it had been on the market since 2015. Hey, when we saw that people were going to fucking burn us at the stake if we did this shit and they caught us doing it, we decided to reverse what we were doing. So before anybody says, Jimmy, that's a bullshit story, that reversed the price. As soon as we got our fucking... So there you go. So that's the end of that story. Hey, this is the part where I tell you where our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then I would tell you to go join our premium, but nobody has a fucking job. So why don't you just enjoy the video?